Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. There's that word again, Jay, that people want me to say, and I'm not going to say it because everyone laughs at me like I'm a child. It starts with a W.
No, what? Wagwan.
There you go. Jay said it for me instead.
Wagwan.
Fuck you all. Fuck all of you. And you're fucking making Dan look like an idiot.
I love how people are actually putting it in the emails just to get you to say it.
I don't mind saying it either, but fuck them. I'm not going to get into their peer pressure. That's not my way I roll. What's your thoughts on tipping in restaurants? I have some mates that give nothing and some that give 20%. You're fucking, what are you, the government?
Must be. They've got to be American.
I know people tip taxi drivers, I fucking don't, and delivery drivers. What do you think about that too? 20%. That's standard tax.
American.
Yeah, I ain't fucking tipping 20. You tip 10%.
The UK are known for not tipping how much we're supposed to tip. But I think the standard is supposed to be 15%. We normally tip 10. Americans will tip between 15 and 20 because obviously their servers rely on tips.
I think that's a joke, bro. That's
not
like
minimum wage.
Yeah, that's the difference between us, right? Like our servers still get a half decent wage, the same as everyone else, and then the tips are just like a bonus if they actually do well. Where in America, it's like you're just going to get paid shit if you don't do like whatever, unless you get tips. Well, I don't think it's right, but that's up to the owner, right? Like they should be like, oh no, I'll give you tips as well.
Anyone that tips a delivery driver or a taxi driver is a dickhead. To be honest,
I tell you this, right? The only person I tip is if they're delivering a Subway. I'll tip them a couple pound because Subways are so easily squished. I'll give you a tip. Don't squish my roll.
Subway is in like the sandwich.
Yeah.
So it comes in a box.
No, comes in a bag.
Box up there. Ours come in a box.
No, ours just come in a plastic bag like everything else.
No, ours come in like a box that you like put the sandwich in, and then there'll be like 3 boxes in the bag if you order 3 sandwiches or whatever.
Oh no, Scotland ain't got that far then.
Scotland's still back in the 80s.
That's why I tip him, because I'm like, he could just like fold it in half. He could throw it in the back and it could get crushed. I'm like, I could give you a couple pound just to not squish my sandwich, please.
But yeah, I just think that's fucking mental. And I've had delivery drivers ask me to tip them before, and I said, yeah. And I've closed the door and thought, fuck you cunt. Fuck you.
No.
I will tip in restaurants if it's a good thing. I always check for service charge because they're cheeky bastards with it, and they'll look for tips and get a service charge off you as well. But I would never go as high as 20%. Never.
No.
In fact, I keep struggling at the minute because I don't carry cash round anymore. I struggle with tips because I'm like, I haven't got cash for the tip.
Yeah, no, and I actually went. We went somewhere, and the woman actually cancelled the tip screen for me. I didn't even know it was going to come up, but she was like, had the card machine, and I saw it come up, and she just cancelled it. So she must know that no one fucking tips. You know, and me and Sabina went to a restaurant with some of her friends last Friday, and she tipped. And I was like, she tipped a tenner. And people are going to hate this, right? So there was like 7 of us. And she was going to tip a tenner. And I was like, whoa, that's way too much. And then the whole table was like,
way too much.
But there's 7 of us. Yeah.
I was about to say, that's enough.
I was like, you can't give him a tenner. I was like, fucking hell, you got any change? Give him a fucking tenner.
Fucking hell, Dad.
I was like, what's going on here? It was like I'd seen a fucking ghost or something. Like my face was like, what? Put that back.
7 of you would be like £300 meal.
No, it wasn't that much. I don't know. He paid for it. I was so shocked. I never met him before, but he paid for it. I was like, thanks. Wish I'd ordered more drinks. Yeah, no.
No.
It's just panic, isn't it? Like when someone pulls out money and they're going to give it to someone, and I'm like, what are you doing? Put it back in your pocket.
I would say, because Charlotte sometimes will do it, try and pull out change and shit, or pulling out a fiver. If it's like the thing's over £100, if the bill's over £100 and someone's pulling out less than £10, I would say don't put a tip down because it's insulting.
Is
That's
it
what I
though,
would
Jay?
say. Yeah.
£5 of coffee. It could be a meal deal.
No, ain't getting nothing for £5. Ain't getting nothing.
I don't know. I think it
I'd
depends
rather
where
say
you
to
are.
the server, sorry, I would have tipped, but I had no like money for you, like cash.
Yeah, people get in the UK get around that with a service charge, so I don't tip very often anymore, unless the
No.
person's like really, really like
That's because
friendly
they
and I had a
know
really
that
good.
we don't fucking tip. That's why their service charge.
Yeah, they put it on there. Yeah, absolutely. I would never tax a taxi driver. Sorry, I can't get my words out now. Because them wankers get enough money from drunk people not knowing how much they're giving over anyway, let alone they're going to get any more money out of me.
Why would they be tipped anyway?
No. Why would you tip a taxi driver?
They're charging you probably 4 times the amount they put for petrol in that car and their time, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
No. But I'm still thinking, that's again, I think in America and that, you're supposed to tip. What's with the tipping? Why are you giving everyone fucking money for nothing? Why don't they just put more tax on everything?
Because they don't have any tax, that's why.
It's fucking mental. Like, I'm not going to go into fucking Sainsbury's, bag my own shopping, scan my own stuff, and then as I'm leaving, give the fucking woman standing there a fiver as I leave. You know what I mean? What's the fucking...
Me and my brothers and Kieran's missus and my missus went out, did axe throwing last month.
Mm.
We went to eat somewhere afterwards, which is like along that Watford High Street that you've been on before with me, and we went into this place, and it was like essentially self-service. You do it through the app and stuff like that, and then the app's asking you for a tip before anything's arrived to the table, and I was like, nah, bruv, I'm not fucking giving you nothing.
No.
So I put no, and then you can see them checking our table as we walked out to see if we've left a tip, and I was thinking, you can fuck off.
Well, you stand in the corner. All they do is like buff the table once you've left.
We ordered it. We got our cutlery and all that stuff, and then we went up to like the push button things to do our drinks. They gave us a glass when we did our order, and then give us our food from the counter. That was it. Tipping for that. Fuck off.
I love the way English people are just like, tip, fuck, oh yeah, fucking tip. You know, fast. I'll do it myself. Tip myself. Yeah, it depends. Like if I went on holiday, I was in like America, and that's your custom to tip you. Of course, I would. If I'm at home,
Yeah, like when I'm in Mexico next week, I know I'm gonna have to tip.
Yeah, of course you do that because that's that's the way you're supposed to do it in that country. But no, like I said, I've said this many times in this podcast. When we order food at my mum's house, Jeff always goes, "Don't tip him," and I'm like, "Why would I fucking tip him? I'm going to tip the guy bringing food in my fucking house. He gets paid already."
There's probably
Every
one
fucking
time Jeff saw someone do that in 2006 or something.
Every fucking time, man. Drives me mad. But 20% as well. That still gets me when he said 20%. I'm like, you're having a laugh, yeah.
That's what happened to me in the Savoy. I went to the Savoy in London, which is a really high-end restaurant, and 60 quid service charge they put on. 60 quid service charge they put on to the bill.
No.
And I was like, we're getting that reduced, please. And even though you feel like a dickhead asking, like, they go and do it because they know they're taking the piss.
Yeah. But they
just because you're in an expensive place don't mean you getting fucking 60 quid out of me.
Yeah, because they don't think people have the balls to do it.
No.
I'd be like, take it all off.
No, I think I put it down to 20.
Even that, £20. That's like a half of the week's fucking petrol money, man. I won't give them
That
that.
was like less than 10%. I think the meal was like 300 and something.
Well, they've already got 300 and something then. What do they need another £20 for?
Because it's tip.
I want a fucking tip. When I put my fuel in my car, I've done a good job. I want a tip. Fucking tip. Bastards.
I
Anyway,
have to remember that when we go to a restaurant together next. I'll be like, Dan's got a tip this time, guys.
I'll be like, I swear I haven't got my wallet on me. I'll write him a little joke. I'll be like, there's your tip.
Do
Say
an
that to someone you
IOU.
have. Thanks for the email in. And I'm never saying the W word again.